Hey you guys, how are you glowing? So I wanted to share really quick what I made, I guess my DIY deodorant that I made for my 5-year-old daughter. But the good thing about this DIY deodorant is that it can be used for the entire family. So I have been on this toxic cleansing journey for about a couple years now. It's not progressing in the way that I would like it to, but slowly but surely I am switching out products. I got a husband in the house, so he's kind of resistant to these things, but hey. So my 5-year-old, she'll be 6 in a couple months actually. This year she started after her 5th birthday. So this year she started having underarm odor, and I mean it was very, very strong. And some days she would go to school, or I'm thinking about it, y'all, because I don't think she was having this problem at daycare, which was this past summer. She was going to daycare. Actually, no, the past school year, which was earlier part of this year. And they got out of school in June. So actually, it started the probably ending part of the summer, but I think we noticed it more once she started kindergarten this year. So, I mean, and when I say strong, I mean a very strong underarm odor for a 5-year old. Like, it was loud. When you hear people say that the smell was loud, it was loud. So she would go to school, come home, and I mean, she would get in the car and it's like, bam. So, what I decided to do, at first I was looking at different deodorants in the store, but they don't make stuff specifically for kids. And then I saw a few products online that is specifically for children with underarm odor, but I don't know, to pay $9 was, for my budget. Not saying that I wouldn't buy it, but to pay $9 or $10 for deodorant right now, I don't see why I should do that. So I always have products in my house that I need to DIY a natural product. So at first I started with baking soda. Of course, your usual Arm and Hammer pure baking soda, whatever baking soda you purchase. I started with this first, only using baking soda for her. Of course, most households have that in their house, right? And baking soda solves a lot of problems. So what I did was use this little Chipotle container, and I put some baking soda in it with just some water, and I would use that. So right now it's kind of like a consistency, like it's like a consistency like that. It's like a really thick paste, but drying out. So when I put it on her, putting it on her was hard because it was messy. So we would use that. It worked, of course, because even if she came home after school with an underarm odor, which you can do as well, all I did was get some of the baking soda paste stuff and rub it up under her arms, and in a couple minutes, y'all, this is everywhere. And in a couple minutes, the smell would be gone, because I was like, there is no way we're going in the store or any place with you smelling like this, girl. So it will immediately eliminate the odor if you give it a couple minutes, but this got pretty messy. So I still have it on standby, but I decided to make a thing for her. Like, I guess this one you would call a deodorant, like a salve, Salve, because it's not, but it's the consistency of a regular deodorant, I guess. But what I decided to do, since we had to find something that was a little more solid and easier to put on under her arms, I used some, I'm not saying that this is something that everybody keeps in their house, but I do. I used African shea butter, which is the white the white smooth shea butter. I bought it from my local health food store, and it looks like this. I've had it for a while now. I think I bought this last year sometime, and I use it as a moisturizer and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so white African shea butter. This is like pure. There's nothing in this, and of course some baking soda. And then I added essential oil. So I used to be a Young Living essential oil distributor, and I have some essential oils in my house, not just their company, but you know, I like essential oils as well. So I had some sample packets that I still had laying around, and I kind of wanted to put a smell to it. So what I used was this, oh, I don't have any more of that smell that I used. But anyway, I had a packet of, I can't even remember the name, but it was an essential oil blend. So it already had different types of oils in it for a smell. And I think I also added lemon in there, which this is the lemon sample packet. And this, I used an old Lush container that I had hanging around. I used a Lush container, and I kind of eyeballed it. So I guess I could show y'all the process later in another video. But what I did was I melted down the shea butter in a glass container, and I stuck it in a pot of boiling water until this melted down. And I eyeballed everything, like I said. Then once that melted down in the cup, I added some baking soda and the essential oils in it, and I kind of, you know, I stirred it up, mixed it up in the glass, and then I poured it into this, and I had mixed the right amount because it went right to the very top of where it needed to be. And then I did it right before we went to church, like a couple weeks ago, one Sunday morning, and I let it sit out on the counter and harden up. So this is what it looks like now. So it's a little smoother, and you know, you rub in it. It's like I said, it's like a salve. You know, like you rub like a I can't really say the consistency, but it's the consistency that we need to apply it under her arms or any of our underarms because it's easier. And it's like, that's how it looks like that. So because the shea butter is in it, it will get like, you know, it will, once you start to rub it, it'll get warm, melt under your fingers, and then it will look like that. So I've been putting that under her arms, and just a little bit. That's all that, even what I just showed you that I rubbed on my finger, that's all I take is a little bit, and I just rub it right under her arms or whoever's arms that you're gonna use it for. The only thing is I don't like the smell. I guess I chose the wrong essential oil. So when I do make this again for her, because this is more of the essential oil blend that I use that I can't remember is more, I think it's the mix that I used. I don't know. It really doesn't have a smell, but I just feel like she should have a smell, and I don't know. So I didn't use it for a couple days. I was like, oh my God, I don't want her to smell like, you know, whatever, and she's going to school. But I would suggest a lavender oil, which I ran out of, but next time I make it, I'm going to use either lavender oil. I think frankincense would probably be good. And if you want a high end, you know, they have things like rose oil, which I'm going to purchase soon, but that's an investment because a rose essential oil is like $50. So a more flowery, girly smelling essential oil or blend you can get to make this, but it's very easy. It took me like 20 minutes to do everything, and now we will have this for probably months. Just using that little fingertip, you know, amount of it and rubbing it under her arms because she doesn't need much. She's a kid. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. This DIY deodorant is for everyone. And as you know, if you Google and you begin to research and do, read about things, you will read how toxic deodorant is, like the big brand deodorants where they have like aluminum and these chemicals in it, which leads to breast cancer and other things. So you do want to take a look with that, but because when you do have young children and you begin to transition them, or as they get older and they begin to use different products, you want to make sure you have a very clean, organic, natural product for them to begin to apply to their skin, because then you won't have to go through that process of like detoxing and all of that stuff like we would have to as an adult. So I think that this is a good idea. Like I said, it takes 20 minutes. I'm sure there's other alternatives of products you can use, but I think this is really good. The shea butter, natural shea butter from the health food store, baking soda, and essential oil. And that's all that you need, 3 products. And I like to have ingredients in my products that I can read and I can understand. And like they always say, you know, the things that are in your kitchen is like all you need, you know, so and essential oils. So you can go to any store and purchase essential oils. I do recommend investing in therapeutic grade essential oils, which Young Living has, which you know that they're very pure. They're not, what's the word? Diluted, because you have a lot of essential oils out there that you can purchase, but they're very diluted and they won't get the job done. So that's all it took, you guys. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. I love making products, especially since I had to start transitioning to my own natural, you know, product journey because of finding out that I had thyroid issues a couple years ago. And I realized that, you know, these toxins from a lot of these products seep into our bloodstream and it causes long-term issues. So you won't see these things in the very beginning, but the longer you use the products, like as you get older or later on in age, you'll begin to have symptoms of these, you know, the use of the long-term toxic products. And I have some other videos on my channel, like I talk about how I switched to all natural feminine products and why I did it. And I think I have a couple other videos about some natural products that I use now. I think I did them about a year or 2 ago, but I'll tag them somewhere in here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please just take the time to take care of your family in every single way. So remember to glow, remember to affirm yourself, remember to do what makes you happy. If you're interested in ordering this DIY salve for yourself or your children, very easy, but you just don't have time to buy the products or make it, I can definitely make one for you and ship it to you. I'll have the details in the description box. I have no problem doing that for you, because if I could play a part in helping you just take better care of your family in every single way, I'll do that. And as moms, we definitely want to be able to do that. So I can make this and ship it and have it to you if you desire to have one of these for your family for probably less than, you know, $5 to $7. I would sell this because it lasts for months. It will last for months. So unless you have more than one person using the product, but if you're just using it like me on, you know, myself and my 5-year-old, I have other kids, but they're not having this issue that she's having. I think for girls, you want to continue to keep their confidence up and boost their confidence. And my daughter is 5-year-old in this world. Y'all know being 5 years old at my age was totally different from her being 5 years old right now. So they're conscious of their bodies. And, you know, the society is just different for 5-year-old girls. And it's, you know, we as moms have to boost their confidence and keep it up. So I did what I had to do to help her avoid that issue. And now this is my opportunity to begin to teach her, you know, hygiene things for girls, I guess. This is all new to me because, of course, this is my first time going through this as a parent with a 5-year-old. I have an older son, but he doesn't have any of these hygiene issues yet. So what better way to jump into it with my daughter, right? So I have my 3rd one on the way. So it's best that I get started with her so I can teach my 3-year-old. And then, of course, our newborn is coming. So just remember to glow, remember to affirm yourself, remember to do what makes you happy, because mom, wife, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You need your cup to be full for your family, and little things like this will fill up your cup. So have a great day, you guys.